Hello children, the present video is a part of History Chapter 9, the National Movement, in which we are going to discuss about the Khilafat and the non-cooperation movement, the Dandi March and the civil disobedience movements as well. We will begin with the Khilafat movement. So, children, in the year 1920, the British imposed a harsh treaty on the Turkish Sultan, also known as Caliph or Khalifa. People became very angry at this. The Muslim community of India wanted Khalifa to be allowed to retain control over Muslim sacred places in the Ottoman Empire. Therefore, the leaders of Khilafat movement, Muhammad Ali and Shaukat Ali, initiated a full-fledged non-cooperation movement. Gandhiji also supported them and urged the Congress to campaign against the Jallianwala Bagh massacre, the Khilafat wrongdoing, and demanded Swaraj. That is why the non-cooperation movement was launched under Gandhiji's leadership in 1920. It aimed at protesting strongly against the injustices done in Punjab and Turkey and to attain complete freedom or Swaraj. The non-cooperation movement gained momentum during 1920 to 22 when the educational institutions, law courts and foreign goods were completely boycotted by the Indians who constantly kept on demanding for Swaraj. Hence, the non-cooperation movement successfully transformed the freedom struggle into a mass movement. It involved the entire population and spread to all the parts of the country. That is why the non-cooperation movement successfully transformed the freedom struggle into a mass movement. It involved the entire population and spread to all parts of the country demanding Swaraj. For example, in Kheda district of Gujarat, Patidar peasants organized non-violent campaigns against the huge land tax. In coastal Andhra and interior Tamil Nadu, people protested outside the liquor shops by preventing people from entering. In Guntur district of Andhra Pradesh, tribals violated the forest law by grazing their cattle in the forests. People believed that Gandhiji will protect them from the forest laws and huge amount of taxes. They also believed that Gandhi Raj would soon be established. In Sindh, which is located in Pakistan, Muslim traders were supportive towards the Khilafat movement. Similarly, in Bengal, the non-cooperation and Khilafat alliance gave strength to communal unity. In Punjab, Akalis tried to remove the corrupt Mahantas from the Gurudwaras, who were supported by the British. Peasants in Assam demanded an increase in their wages and left tea plantations as they wanted to support Gandhiji. People started believing that Gandhiji was a Mahatma or Messiah who could help them overcome their poverty and misery. Some thought he would fight against zamindars. Some believed he would provide them land. Though Gandhiji favored class unity, yet at some places tribals, peasants, etc. took steps which were against Gandhi's principles. So children, as discussed earlier, Gandhiji believed in non-violence. So he abruptly called off for the non-cooperation movement because a crowd in Chauri Chaura, a village in Gorakhpur district of UP, set a police station on fire. This incident took place on February 1922. 22 policemen were killed on that day. The reason behind this incident was the firing done by the police on the peaceful demonstration by the peasants. After the non-cooperation movement was called off, leaders such as Chitta Ranjan Das, and Motilal Nehru suggested that the party should fight elections to the council and enter them to modify the government policies. Even some social work was carried out in the villages, which led to the extension of support base for the Gandhian movement. This proved to be the beneficial in launching the civil disobedience movement in 1930. Two very important developments were seen in 1920s. For example, the formation of Rashtriya Swayamsevak Sangh, a Hindu organization, and the Communist Party of India. Children, in the year 1928, a statutory commission known as the Simon Commission was set up by the British under Sir John Simon. It was asked to study the constitutional system in India and suggest changes. Indians opposed the Simon Commission because all the members of the commission were Englishmen. There were no Indians in it. It did not provide any hope of Swaraj to Indians. There were mass protests, hartals and black flag demonstration all over the country. People were chanting the slogan Simon go back. Anti-Simon committees were formed. In Lahore, Lala Lajpat Rai, who was leading the demonstration against the Simon Commission, was beaten to death. This infuriated Bhagat Singh, who witnessed the incidents and joined the Hindustan Republican Socialist Association. The discontented British further strengthened the police powers, to which the HRSA members Bhagat Singh and B.K. Dutt threw bombs in the HRSA assembly, shouting Inqilab Zindabad. Bhagat Singh was tried and executed at the age of 23 on March 23, 1931. Children, the Lahore session of Congress or the Indian National Congress of 1929 was held under the presidency of Jawaharlal Nehru. The three important decisions those were taken included the attainment of complete independence. It was declared in the session that the chief goal of Indian National Congress was the attainment of complete independence. It was decided to launch the civil disobedience movement under the leadership of Gandhiji to get complete independence. It was further decided in the session to celebrate 26th of January as Independence Day all over the country. Because of its significance, the same day was chosen as the Republic Day of India. Children, Gandhiji was of the opinion that we have to fight and protest for the achievement of Purna Swaraj. It would not come on its own. So, in 1930, Gandhiji declared that he would break the salt law. According to this law, the British government had a monopoly on the manufacture and sale of salt. This meant that no one else could manufacture salt. Gandhiji declared it as a sinful tax because it was not right to impose such a law on an essential food item. Gandhiji and his followers marched over 240 miles from Sabarmati to Dandi, where they broke the salt law by producing it from the sea water. This march from Sabarmati to Dandi is called the Dandi March. Peasants, tribals and women participated in the Satyagraha in large numbers. A business federation also published the salt issue. People started protesting peacefully against the salt law. The British government tried to stop this by taking harsh action against the Satyagrahis, which involved imprisonment and killings. Gandhiji was arrested on May 5, 1930. The Dandi March drew worldwide attention to the Indian independence movement through extensive newspaper coverage. The Satyagraha against the salt tax continued for almost a year, ending with Gandhi's release from jail. The struggle also brought some benefits, like the Government of India Act of 1935, which ended the system of dual government or diarchy introduced by the Government of India Act of 1990. The Act prescribed provincial autonomy, whereby the provinces were required to be answerable to the central legislature and were free from the interference of any external authority. Also, in the year 1937, the British government announced elections to the provincial legislatures. Okay, children, thank you.